The holidays are upon us, and TCGPlayer has hosted probably the biggest trading card game sale of the year. And when you consider the market as it exists today, as of the recording of this video, it might be the most massive sale we're going to see for some time. I want to break this thing down game by game. Magic versus Pokemon, Disney Lorcana, are you an actual player? And our indie friends and Star Wars, are anybody out there still buying you at all? Do you still exist? Hello? Anyone home? I want to talk about all of that, and I want to get a bit more granular and talk about, on a product basis, what products won, what products lost, and yeah, some products I think we may have missed. Join me today on this journey, and if you haven't yet, make sure you click that sub button, because for a small channel like mine, it matters more than you can possibly imagine. All right, to the data we go. Let's talk about the holiday sales. Now, a big part of what we do here at Hometown TCG is we collect sold listings from TCGPlayer. That's right, every single sealed product that flows through TCGPlayer for games up to, a certain point. We can't go back in time, unfortunately. They're all collected and put into cardboardfinance.com, where we expose that data for anyone who might want to see it. You can visit cardboardfinance.com on your computer, mobile app coming soon, to look at these numbers as well. But I wanted to give a big thank you, a big shout out, whatever you want to call it, to the channel members here, because they help pay that server bill. That server bill where that website is hosted comes out of my pocket, except for what the channel members support. So thank you to all the channel members out there. I hope you guys are having fun, and I appreciate each and every one of you. The button to subscribe to the channel membership is down there somewhere. I don't know where YouTube moves it these days. But without further ado, I want to talk these sales, and to nobody's surprise, the big winner is Magic the Gathering / the Pokemon trading card game. Look, both of these games are in an insane spot, and to have this sale come at a time where, well, product sales would generally have slowed. Foundations has been out for some time, Surging Sparks has been out, and sales started to dwindle as prices started to climb. But no, the 10% cashback was just enough to get people back into the door, and throughout the sale, Magic sold about 3,500 products, with Pokemon selling about 2,500 products. Now, I do want to mention that, Magic is the oldest product that we have tracked. It's the whole ecosystem that the system was built around, so there are more Magic products available, while Pokemon has more Magic sets in the tracker, where Pokemon has more products on a set-to-set basis, and also a cheaper entry point. So there's some balance to be doing there, but either way, it's safe to say, without comparing the two to each other, they both did extremely well. But within those two products, there were clear winners and very, very clear-cut losers. And the big winner has got to be Surging Sparks from Pokemon. That's right, Surging Sparks actually sold the most out of any set, any product, any release throughout the course of the sale. The booster box specifically sold more products than any other single product, with almost 700 sales over the course of 2.5 days at this point. It's clear that people want Surging Sparks. They're a little bit afraid of the price point, and the $300, $400, $500 chase card, whatever that Pikachu is in there now is sitting at, is enticing enough for me to want to go and buy a booster box. And you guys know, I'm kind of a sealed product collector. I like to have it in my office and have it around my shelves as, for a rainy day, or to turn into something else when I'm older, whatever it might be. I come down here, it brings me much joy, and I look at my Surging Sparks and I say, man, it is really enticing to open, to chase that expensive card, that chase card, that graded gold. So I really do see what they're getting at. But Pokemon was not the only winner, and the Magic the Gathering community rallied around a product that I think surprised me and might surprise each and every one of you. If this is a surprise, you can leave me a shocked face, Pikachu face emoji, oh my gosh, in the comment section below. And if it didn't, you can tell me, yeah, of course it was this. I am much smarter than you, and I knew this all along. But Foundations, the latest Magic the Gathering set to release, was the biggest winner for Magic in this sale. And while that might be no surprise, the product that sold the most was a surprise to me. The Play Booster Box was the big winner for Magic the Gathering. That's right, the Foundations Play Booster Box sold over 400 copies. And why this is a surprise is because the notion that this product was going to be around for 5 years, and the price of this product is definitely going to drop because we're going to get sick of it. Listen, I was on this train. but the community is speaking. And with Magic going in the direction of Universes Beyond and your Aether Drifts and your more stories within an ecosystem and stories from outside of Magic being told, the idea of a just Magic set has captured the hearts and minds of the community. And whether it's the last time we get that opportunity, who knows with whoever might buy Magic in the future. Oh gosh, we got to do a video about that. Yeah, make sure you're subbed because we are going to talk about that debacle. But I want to say that this was a surprise because the price on this product is still relatively high. It is in the 130s to 140s last I checked, and to see people spending their hard-earned money on something that there's been a promise of being out for a while, being a promise of being around, available, and availability over a length of time generally causes a price drop. Look no further than, well, every Modern Horizon sets ever. I really was surprised that this product was a massive winner, but it just goes to show Magic fans want to play Magic with the latest and greatest, with things that they enjoy, and the $10-20 difference that you're going to see is not going to stop them from doing that. Foundation is a wonderful sealed play experience, it's a wonderful draft experience, and there's tons of cards in the product that can be utilized across multiple formats. This is a big win for Magic. The product has been absolutely amazing, and while I didn't see the play booster being one of the more sold, I did see the product doing well, the set doing well, and the collector booster is no slouch. That thing is kind of popping off. And we've talked a lot today about winners. There have been a lot of positive. Surging Sparks, look at people getting discounts and boxes and prices popping off, and Foundations, wow, people buying the play booster. But more importantly, there were some losers. There are some stinkers to be talked about when it comes to the sale, and one of them is going to be, kind of our indie TCGs, and most notably Flesh and Blood. The Flesh and Blood product, the Flesh and Blood trading card game that we have tracked since the release of Uprising and Forward. So that's right, none of that early stuff. We pretty much started with Fab 2.0 tracking Uprising and Forward. It was not a hit on these big deal days, and a large reason for that, I will say, is because when boxes are that cheap, when products are as available as most Flesh and Blood products are, while people might enjoy playing the game and might, like to gather at the highly competitive tournaments and the crazy pro tour scene, the casual scene and buying boxes just to open with your friends and just have fun and rip packs and collect some cards, it's just not there. It's just not there for the game, and that is definitely shown in the fact that, people don't necessarily go out and they chase these boxes on big deals or big deal days like this. And the 10% back on a $50 box is not nearly as enticing as it is on something like, a $200, $250, $300 booster box. So the product is readily available, which is great for people looking to play. It can't capitalize on a sale like this. And I know everyone's going to tell me, well, nobody buys Fab on TCGPlayer, but you can compare Fab to itself over the course of a lifespan on TCGPlayer from set to set on the same product. You see sales declining, so it's like Fab used to sell on TCGPlayer, and now it doesn't, and it does even less. So I don't want to hear you yell at me about that. It's a fair comparison to compare a game to itself on the same platform over a period of time. We do it with Magic, we do it with Pokemon, we're allowed to do it with indies. Speaking of indies, Sorcery Contested Realms saw a bit of an uptick. Arthurian Legends being the biggest winner for Sorcery Contested Realm, and actually in the top 15 products, coming in at number 14 of most popular products sold, was the Sorcery Contested Realm Arthurian Legends booster box. It was only 124 boxes sold, which is, for an indie TCG, that is a win. That, you love to see yourself on that list in this ecosystem with a recently released set and wanting to go the span of a year. And we even see a small uptick in price of this box due to the recent demand. Now, Sorcery's got a whole thing for those who aren't following. They're in the portion of their life cycle where the community argues about reprinting boxes versus not reprinting boxes, and we're not going to get into that here on this video. I don't envy any game creator that has to try to find balance to making collectability and playability, because here at Hometown TCG, we believe you need both. You must have both for a successful long-term trading card game, and I don't envy that position. I don't want to try to say, oh, this is what I would do, because, frankly, I don't know. So Sorcery Contested Realm being in that top 15, I think, is a massive win for the trading card game and is something they should look forward to. But a game that didn't perform poorly, but performed, let's just say, worse than I would have thought it would have, is Disney Lorcana. Look, SRHC isn't that far in the rearview mirror, and product prices are cheap, but they're not, $50, $40, and there's a ton of different products you can buy between troves and boxes and decks. And while Disney Lorcana did come in as the number 3 best-selling TCG over the course of the sale, it wasn't nearly as poppin' as I thought it would, with Azurite Sea coming in, taking responsibility for the majority of the sales, 300 of total Azurite Seas, 1,000, almost, not really quite, halfway to 1,100 products sold. Azurite Sea booster boxes being, the most popular is the least surprising, but I really thought people would look at this as an opportunity to pick up Azurite Sea, and I do think that there is a bit of a miss when it comes to Azurite Sea, and this is something I think our community, trading card game fans, you and I might be missing on. Listen, the change of the enchanted cards, the big chase card, the thing that gives Disney Lorcana its meat, the collectability of the IP going into a card game and you grading, and the game is good enough to be played, and so this is all a wonderful stew for a game that could stand the test of time, and leaning into that collectability by changing the enchanteds and giving the Azurite Sea enchanteds a very unique feel. I won't have a photo up because, well, frankly, I don't have a video editor. I'm not good at it, but I really do think that this is a miss by not picking up more of this product. I know it's going to be readily available. I know Ravensburger is going to print the living bejeezers out of this thing for a long time to come. But color me shocked when it comes to Disney collectors and people in the card game not leaning more into a more unique type of collectible in the Disney ecosystem. And when it comes to the Disney ecosystem, you can't talk Disney without talking Star Wars, and oh boy. Now, I will say, Star Wars Unlimited, the Spark of Rebellion draft booster box sold more than I thought. It sold a little over 250 copies during the sale, showing that, yeah, people do love playing the game, and they want a good deal on good sets. They are a passionate fan base. But man, that game has fallen from grace. To think, at the end of the year, we'd be sitting here and they would have botched the print situation and the availability situation enough to where people aren't nearly as excited as I thought it could be. Listen, on a sale like this, not on a worldwide market basis, not at your local Wall, Target, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, whatever it might be, but on a TCGPlayer specific sale, I would have thought if everything had gone well for Star Wars, it could be contending with Disney Lorcana because it is such a refined ecosystem where Lorcana really excels, being out on the shelves and in front of your kids and out at the Walgreens when your grandma picks up her prescriptions and stuff like that to buy you a pack here and there. That's where Disney Lorcana really shines. And I thought, in an enclosed, this is just for trading card game players space, Star Wars could have kept up. So to see it kind of fall from grace, it's a little sad. Now, I will say that when it comes to both Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, I do think that there are some products that, might have been missed, and it might be because they're not at the front of our mind. Stellar Crown, I think, is a Pokemon product that is an extremely good release with a ton of chase cards that's very cheap. I would have thought we would see more of that sold. And Modern Horizons 3, you guys can look anywhere on my shelves. I'm a big believer. I think Modern Horizons 3 has an opportunity to do something extremely special. The inclusion of commander cards really widens the set's reach, and I would have liked to see and thought I would have seen more of it sell on this TCGPlayer special. There's a bunch of collector booster boxes, old collector booster boxes. Heck, Outlaws of Thunder Junction was up there. I'll do a full, next live stream. Guys, remind me in the comment section for the next live stream. We'll go over some granular data on some of the, middle of the road sets that did better than we thought. But I really think that for indies, this was a split weekend, right? We have one indie that did really well. We have one indie that pretty much did nothing, and that is the way it is. For our big TCGs, there was a ton of sold listings. There was a ton of products sold, and I know that everyone out there is already going to scream at me. Buy singles! Yes, I know singles probably sold too, but that's not what we focus on here. Focus on a lot of sealed product. I hope you found this video fun, informative. I hope it helped you realize what we as a community are buying so you can more, have a little bit more information when you go to spend your money. Thank you so much for hanging out today. YouTube is going to suggest a video on, I'm going to guess it's this side. YouTube's going to suggest a video, and why not click it? Because YouTube always knows best. Now pay me my ad revenue, YouTube. Thank you so much for hanging out. Until next time, you all know me. My name is Josh, and we'll see you around. All right, goodbye.